A group of crooks who fraudulently claimed more than £2 million worth of Covid-19 funding has been jailed for nearly 50 years in total. They made bogus applications for small business grants, bounce-back loans, the Eat Out to Help Out scheme and self-assessment payments following the outbreak of the pandemic in 2020. 12 men were convicted for their involvement, 10 of whom were sentenced at Birmingham Crown Court today, Friday, December the 6th. Chirat Diaz, age 51, of the Hurst, in Moseley, Birmingham, admitted 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 2 counts of money laundering. He was sentenced to 7 years and 7 months. Umar Yusuf, age 40, of Bent Avenue, Quinton, Birmingham, was found guilty of 2 counts each of conspiracy to defraud and money laundering, as well as a charge of failing to comply with a REPA notice. He was sentenced to 8 years. Sajid Hussain, aged 36, of Flackwell Road, Erdington, Birmingham, admitted 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 1 count of money laundering. He was sentenced to 5 years. Samir Mohammed, aged 34, of Waterfront Way, Walsall, admitted 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 1 count of money laundering. He was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months. Noah Dean, aged 32, of Wood End Road, Erdington, Birmingham, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 1 count of money laundering. He was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months. Osama bin Tariq, aged 26, of the Hurst in Moseley, Birmingham, admitted 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 1 count of money laundering. He was sentenced to 4 years. Tasadduq Hussain, aged 54, of Northfield Crescent, Bingley, Bradford, admitted 1 count each of conspiracy to defraud and money laundering. He was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months. Iman Hussain, aged 24, of Northfield Crescent, Bingley, Bradford, admitted 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 1 count of money laundering. He was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months. Naqib Shakert, aged 26, of Springcroft Road, Hall Green, Birmingham, admitted 2 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 1 count of money laundering. He was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months. Diaz and Yusuf were the leaders of the scheme. Yusuf was described as the gang's forger and the brains behind the money laundering operation. The rest of the men had varying degrees of involvement, including recruiting and directing, making fraudulent applications and laundering the illegal proceeds. All men apart from Al-Haris Hussain played a part in the fraud, whereas he was only convicted of money laundering. The group used more than 50 companies to apply for funding and then over 100 bank and cryptocurrency accounts to hide the money which was received. They operated from an office in Digbeth, with some of the illegally claimed cash used to take out lease agreements for Volkswagens and Audis for the gang to swan around in. Most of the men made enough out of the scam to live in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, where the money was transferred to in order to be shared out. They also jetted off to Istanbul in Turkey. The fraud was worth between £2.3 million to £3 million. The gang made 50 successful applications for small business grants, netting £500,000 in total. They also obtained £1.3 million worth of bounce-back loans and secured £600,000 worth of self-assessment and Eat Out to Help Out payments. This is SN Studios. Like, share and subscribe.